first time that I actually noticed that me starting my self-improvement and fitness journey was actually the best choice I've ever made in my life is when I started gaining respect from others without them knowing me. I still remember this so vividly when I was working out in the gym. I was doing my little workout, right? My pull-ups, my dips, my curls, my isolation exercises. And somebody came up to me and was giving me all types of compliments on the way my chest was looking, on the way that I was doing my exercises, on the way everything looked, my back. And I was starting to feel like really proud about myself. And I started to walk around the world with more confidence. And this has now happened in and outside the gym over 100 times probably, which of course sparked my motivation up even more to go continue it on this road of self-improvement and fitness. Me going from skinny to jacked is probably the best life improvement that I will ever get. And I have a feeling that it's going to be the same for you. The first thing I noticed, as I already said, me starting to get more in shape and more muscular is that I started to gain respect from others. Now you have to understand something about respect. What is respect exactly? Respect is, in my opinion, linked with fear. If you have fear for something, you automatically respect it a little bit more. Respect it in a way where it's like, don't hurt me. People are very primal, especially men are very primal beings, right? So when we see a threat in front of us, we want to automatically respect that threat so that it won't hurt us. Now, when you literally increase the size of your body, increase the size of your muscles, which makes you look more like a threat, which puts you out of the victim view, people are literally starting to fear you a little bit more. And I'm not saying, listen, I'm not trying to boast here and saying that everybody is scared of me. Absolutely not. I highly doubt it. But what I do believe is that people definitely look out more for me than compared to the little skinny guy who is not standing up for himself. When you start to build that body and you start to become competent in fitness and strength, you are starting to become confident as well. And people recognize that. People feel it. You know when a mouse is standing in a field and he feels that there is a tiger coming, or a dog or a fox, he just know, or a cat, right? Even though the mouse is not even seeing the cat, it feels its energy. It feels when it walks into the room. It feels when it's about to attack. So he feels anxious. That is literally what humans do on a daily basis as well. When somebody walks in the room who is stronger, more competent, more confident, it doesn't matter who you are, you feel it. That energy is heavily contagious. When somebody like that walks into the room, you automatically feel like, fuck, I gotta protect myself. You understand? You feel that energy. We have that inside of us from a primal standpoint. We still have that every single day. How do you create that feeling with other people, which we inherently want to fucking do? We want to scare others. You understand? We are men. As a man, stop trying to complain and say all this cute shit of like, oh, you need to only compete with yourself. And no, never compete with other people. Bullshit. We are competing with other people every single day. Men has always fought against other men. And that is still like that. The only difference is that we don't fight them physically no more, except when you train boxing or kickboxing or whatever. But in a world where we don't really fight each other in real life, we fight each other mentally through a mental battle. We fight each other through status, through respect. That is how we fight each other nowadays. So how do you do that? How do you beat someone else without, of course, beating them physically? It's by having that energy to you that makes them feel anxious. When you start being on top of your game and start being more muscular, having more self-respect, you actually love yourself. You starting to create fear and install fear in the eyes of others. That is just how it's going to go always. Second thing, we already talked about it, confidence. I started to gain confidence because I started to feel comfortable in my own skin. I feel like confidence comes down to two things, very important things. First off is social settings. When people talk about, I want to become more confident, they're usually talking about, I want to be able to feel comfortable with other people, talking to other people or stuff. We want to be able to feel on top of the world next to other people instead of feeling insecure. But what does working out do for you? It gets that fear out of you because you are confident with yourself. You feel comfortable with the person who you are today. If you feel uncomfortable with the person who you are today, you're going to be scared walking around the earth like this. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be scared. You're going to be like that anxious little rat, anxious little mouse in the field who is scared to be eaten. But when you're this strong human being and you don't really care about none of that shit, you just kind of think like, oh, is that a mouse? Couple of mouses, not scared. I'm going to just eat them. Done. No big deal, right? So when you become that individual, you don't have to be anxious anymore. So the moment you start to become competent in your body, in your skin, you start to become confident for the outside world and also for yourself. You're starting to become confident with the way you actually feel about yourself and the way you actually think about yourself. You're starting to become comfortable in your own skin, which makes you extremely, extremely, extremely confident. Number 3, I started to gain self-love. And that's something that you're going to be experiencing too. The more you start taking care of yourself, the more you start loving yourself. It's like when you buy a car. When you buy a car, your first brand new car. I don't even have a car. I've never had a car, right? But I must imagine that if you get a new car and you start cleaning that bitch, you start taking care of it, you start driving it around, being careful for it, right? You do that because you love it. Why don't we do that with ourselves most of the time? That's because we have never experienced self-love, so we don't give a fuck about taking care of our own bodies. But the moment you start taking care of your own body, you start also experiencing self-love. And that self-love is going to transfer into confidence. When you wake up in the morning and you think, damn, I'm actually genuinely happy to be me. When you walk into a room and you look into the mirror and you think like, damn, I'm actually proud and happy with being the person that I am. I don't want to be that guy. I would like to be me forever. I love it. That's how I think about myself every single day when I wake up. Of course, I want to improve on things. Of course, I want to become my ultimate dream character, which is my future self. But I'm so happy with the person that I personally am. I love it. You will already start to experience this the moment you start to go to the gym. Within about a week time, you start loving yourself all over again. And you need to be able to experience this feeling to be able to be confident. You need to love yourself all over again. How can you ever live life without you thinking that you are absolutely the shit? Answer that question for me, right? When you hear yourself speak, do you cringe? When you look into the mirror, do you kind of want to look away? When you put on your clothes, do you look at your stomach and think like, damn, bro, like, are you proud of your loose fucking sleeves against your arm that don't even fit? Are you confident when you stand on the scale and you see a light feather ass weight, or you see your damn phone number on there? Are you proud of being that phone number scale guy? Are you proud of that? You probably aren't. So you don't love yourself. You're not in love with the person who you are because you have not done anything for it. Love is tough. Love needs to be tough. There needs to be a guy like me who is telling you that, yo, you, in order to love yourself, you need to slap yourself in the face and wake the fuck up. I wish that I had a guy when I was 14 years old or 13 years old, 15 years old, telling me, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you chilling every day? Go to the damn gym. That's why I have gone to the damn gym when I was 14 years old, because I slapped myself in the face and I realized I need to change in order to get respect, in order to get self-love for myself. I didn't like myself. I wasn't in love with myself. The reason why is because I wasn't in love with the person who I saw in the mirror. And that is, unfortunately, the person who you're going to be living with for the rest of your life. It's you. So why don't you make that relationship with yourself as solid as possible by increasing the likelihood that you actually love yourself by taking care of your temple, your body. Number 4, I got more opportunities. People online were starting to respect me more, right? Started posting my fitness videos on YouTube a little bit. I wasn't really taking YouTube serious. But the moment I actually started putting myself out there with the body that I had and with the type of exercises that I could do, people started to give me opportunities. Certain type of brands wanted to work with me. People in real life had like opportunities for me that I could step in. Every single time when you improve yourself, opportunities open up in front of you. You have to understand that if you believe in God, maybe you call it the universe. I believe in God personally. If you pray for money or if you pray for anything that you want in life, God is not going to give you that just for free. Here you have your money. No, he's not going to do that. He's going to open up the opportunity for you to go get it yourself. And that's something that you have to realize. So the moment when doors actually open, step into it and start gaining the results that you wanted. Number 5, discipline. I started developing a sense of self-discipline. Discipline is doing what you hate to do, but you do it anyways, which you can use in your daily life every single day. Did you know that? Every single thing that you need to do, let's say work or money, getting the job that you want, getting the job that you need. Sometimes you can't always get a job that you want, but you got to get a job that you need first. You need discipline for that. You need to do things that you do not want to do over and over again. And that is something that training will make available for you. Working out will basically give you this opportunity to gain self-discipline. When you start gaining self-discipline, you start achieving the dream body that you want. When you start gaining self-discipline, you start getting the money that you want. When you start gaining self-discipline, you start getting the love life that you always wanted. Discipline is the answer to literally every single thing that you want, everything. And last but not least, I gained masculinity. Now, in the eyes of others, it's very important to be masculine. As a man, you should not come across as this feminine guy in the eyes of others. I love the concept of masculinity a lot, and that's because it is inside of you. Masculinity is inside of you. You have not reclaimed it yet, which is why you don't feel like it is needed for your life, but it is inside of you. There's this primal being inside of you, basically locked up, that needs to be unlocked in order for you to achieve your goals. This is what I call, and what I talk about all of the time on this channel, masculine achievement. This is something that you will actually start to benefit from a lot. The more masculine you become, the more your life starts to improve. If you don't have a purpose in life, if you don't have no purpose where you're actually working towards, you are not going to be finding your love life. You are not going to be unlocking the money that you want. You are not going to be getting that dream body. You need purpose, and purpose is masculinity. You need to be able to stay masculine and reclaim it every single day when you lose it by some weak people around you who are telling you to do something else. Training allows this to be possible. When you train every single day, you feel that masculinity sit inside of you. This is something that we all are going to experience. The moment when you experience this masculinity inside of you, you should use it to achieve more and more and more. Now, before this video ends, I want you to click the top link in the description where you can join the free improvement club, where you can basically share all of your tips and tricks for other people or get help from me, from other members in there. And I want you to attend the live calls every single week in order to get more insights on your self-improvement journey. It's all for free. Just get in there right now. And I'll see you in tomorrow's video. And as always, make the sacrifice and stay resilient.